The use pipes.
In this video, I will be showing you how to compost with a tumbler. Tumblers make turning compost much easier, but it is important to note that tumblers also take longer to compost materials because they restrict access to insects. Even if you were to add worms to the tumbler, they would end up being cooked when the compost reaches high temperatures because they cannot easily escape the tumbler. The tumbler we are using is a double composter made from 55-gallon barrels and bed frames. Inside the tumbler, you can see there are turning paddles made from PVC with holes drilled in them for added aeration. The sides also have been cut out and fitted with a metal mesh for once again more aeration. We start by adding in our horse manure using a 5-gallon bucket. The horse manure mixed with bedding will have more carbon than nitrogen, so we will need to balance that out by adding a nitrogen source. Here's a chart showing different sources of nitrogen that can be added depending on the size of your pile. Nitrogen sources also include plant-based food scraps, fresh cut grass, and you may also consider adding a manure source from an animal with a manure more rich in nitrogen, such as chicken manure. For our purposes, we are using fresh cut grass. Now that the compost has been added, we are going to add water. Your compost should be as wet as a freshly wrung out sponge. After the water is added, we are going to give the compost a few turns. Be sure to turn the compost as many days in a week as you can because turning the pile improves aeration. After a week, you should start monitoring temperatures with a compost thermometer. For effective composting, temperatures of 130 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit should be maintained for at least 21 days. This temperature range is important for killing weed seeds, pathogens, and parasites. If your compost doesn't reach these temperatures, then most likely some adjustment in your composting process are needed. Here's a chart to help you troubleshoot the problem.